back to the desert, everyone. Happy New Year to all. I hope everybody had a great holiday season. So today, the first thing I'm doing is adding some resistors to the forward landing lights. Because I'm changing the other landing lights and they have pre-wired resistors, I want to add some resistors to this circuit as well to make sure that the lights are all of similar brightness. I'm also going to install two of the marker lights up front. This is how I'm dealing with the wires. I just made 2 holes in the lower hull to feed the wires up through. Temporarily installed the landing gear just for a cool shot. I think it looks nice. She's finally sitting on her own feet. Here's my mounting system. One thing I discovered, of course, as soon as I started adding weight to the front of the model, it does tip forward like that. So I had the guys who helped me build that mount, I had them drill a hole straight through on a drill press so I can have a rounded over Allen key inserted to keep it level. As you can see, even with the mandibles on, it's strong enough to hold it straight. For the landing lights on either side of the ramp, I decided to make quad lights because if you look at the movies and the drawing that I have, the lights by the landing ramp, by the boarding ramp, are larger than the other ones. And so since I'm having single lights for the majority of the landing lights, I decided I wanted to have larger lights on either side of the ramp. So I made quad lights. Because they are, of course, 4 lights, they're going to be much brighter. So I'm just adding an adjustable resistor to each one so I can trim the lights to the desired intensity. Since I'm adding these pots to boards that I previously made, it's kind of a pain because I have to add 3 wires instead of just the 2 because I originally had just a regular resistor on there. But since I took the resistor off and now I'm installing the pot has 3 leads. So it's a bit of wiring canoodling. But they work. So it's kind of nerve-wracking when I first plug them in. I'm like, wait, why doesn't it work? Oh yeah, I got to turn the resistor off. Next, I want to work on the power distribution. I'm going to go ahead and use the board that came with the kit initially. Eventually, someday, maybe I might upgrade it and change it to something fancier or make my own. But for now, just at least to get the lights all lit and have the power distribution, I'm just going to go ahead and use the stock board, but I'm making additional boards. Everything is modular, so that when I do upgrade the system, I'll be able to just plug and play. Just unplug the boards and the fiber lights and plug them into the new board. So it should be pretty simple. Initially, I was going to have all large JST plugs on the boards, but then I realized I didn't have enough. So I decided to take off the 4 on the side and replace them with smaller ones. Of course, if you've installed or taken out these plugs before, you know that as soon as you touch the soldering iron to them, they tend to, the prongs tend to melt, and sometimes they fall out, as you just saw. but eventually I'll get it done. So I'm having 6 large connectors and 4 small ones on each side. Now, once the plugs are installed, now I need to connect them all up because the boards don't do anything. They're just a place to hold the plugs. So all the wires on the back need to be done. Each board I am wiring up separately, so the 4 smaller connectors are on one lead, and then the 6 larger ones are on a different one. I haven't yet decided which sockets I'm going to plug them into on the board, because there are sockets for the turrets, there are sockets for the cockpit, there's sockets for the landing lights, and then for the marker lights, which I'm going to use some of the other sockets. So I haven't quite decided yet, but I just went ahead and made extension boards, at least that I can plug into the board and have everything light up. The beginning of the spaghetti. There's just the front lights, the front 4 and the 2 marker lights, and then the 4 landing lights that I installed in the rear between the rear landing legs. Here's the new landing lights that I'm doing with the pre-wired resistors. Looks like a porcupine. In the movie, you can see also when Han is standing on top of the Falcon just before Luke leaves, you can see some headlights in between the mandibles. So that's what I'm making now. And because I'm using different lights, I'm using these little USB lights. I want to make sure, again, that the intensity is the same. So I'm installing a variable resistor so I can tune the brightness of the lights to match the other ones. Now that I've got both lights connected to the resistor, I can get them installed and make sure they're nice and centered so they look good when seen from the front. Now I need to add a connector to one of the mandible lights. I'm going to use that connector to attach the center lights that I just made. This was so frustrating. I was trying to get all the lights in the shot, and every time I moved the wire, the lights kept moving. So it took 3 or 4 tries before I could get everything on and in the shot. So here's the initial stock mandible light. I added a lower landing light, as you can see there, and then I added 2 tiny LEDs that I'm going to use for marker lights on the top and the bottom at the front of the mandible. The marker lights are just white here, but I have some red stained glass window paint that I'm going to use to fill the hole and make like a red lens. About to make a big mistake here. That little bump you can see at the front of the mandible, there's one on the bottom as well. I drilled those out, and that's what I'm using as the marker lights. You'll see in a moment. But here's the mistake I made. I went ahead and installed the light without the metal frame. And of course, there's no way to snake the other portion through the small hole in the metal frame. So I had to take the light back off again. and then reinstall it. A little bit of wire management. Every time I watch myself install all the screws again, I think definitely next time if I'm building a model like this, I want to get a mechanical screwdriver or an automatic screwdriver, electronic screwdriver, whatever you want to call it. One that doesn't require me to spin it. Adding some light blocking, little sleeve to the lower landing light. And I can have it seat just proud of the surface like the other ones. Putting the frame back in, installing the landing light. Making sure I'm not making the same mistake again. So many screws. It's funny too, the screws are supposed to be brass. I didn't know that brass was magnetic. There you can see the little marker lights that I drilled out, and I just put some clear red paint. Landing lights, again, I said I was going to redo them, so I'm redoing all the sleeves as well. I made a little jig so I can have each sleeve be the same length. I need 22 of them. Pushing them on by hand gets kind of tiring, so I made a little jig that once I have the sleeve on, I can just push it into the little hole in the wood, and it slides the sleeve up just enough so that it can seat nicely into the frame. Works pretty well. Now installing all of them. I did some light blocking around the bottom earlier, and now just installing them. I decided to go ahead and put it on the mount so it's slightly raised off the table, and that way when I install the lights, as you can see I turned the lights off, the room lights, so that when I install the lights I can make sure that each circle is not overlapping with the next one, so that you can see each individual landing light on the ground. Having that arm so I can lift the Falcon up and down and move it around is really nice. I'm very happy with my design for that arm. Most of the lights are installed now, and I need to work on those quad landing lights by the ramp. Light blocking, there's a lot of light blocking. Even with the sleeves on the lights, you can still see light coming off the back, and so I want to make sure that there is no light, leaking through for anything. So I'm doing light blocking wherever I can. I think that'll make life easier when I finally put the whole ship together. More light blocking. There you go. looks rather stunning. I'm pretty happy with the layout of the lights. I like the pattern that they make on the bench, and it should be good once she's sitting on her own feet with the landing lights on. I think it'll look pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in a couple weeks.